Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we'll make two plasma cut metal signs. We make a lot of custom signage here in the shop, from plywood to mild steel or stainless steel or lamicoids or what have you. In this case here, we're doing two signs using mild steel. You can see it here, here's one of them. And I'll show you the other one here. Over here. Now you might be wondering, why is it look like it's flash rusting? And the reason is because it's mild steel. Mild steel really likes to rust as soon as you remove the mill scale. Now this is what it looked like before, and you'll see in the plasma cutting. So what this stuff here is mill scale. It comes from the factory that way. And you want to get this stuff off before you do powder coating or any sort of paint onto it, because you want it to adhere to the metal, not to the mill scale. Now the mill scale is also can have oils and other stuff on it, so there's a lot of impurities involved with it. So again, removing that cleans everything right up. So the first step in making these custom signs is actually use a plasma cutter behind me. What I really enjoy about plasma cutting is all the sparks and the fire that are produced when you're basically melting right through the steel. This is mild steel, 12 gauge. And the coating you see over it is the mill scale. If you take that off, you end up with a really nice surface. The problem is it flash rusts on you, and you'll see that later on in the other video. So what I'm doing here is, I'm standing right next to the machine, you can see my hand going over it. And what I'm trying to do is remove the pieces that stand up or that could be in the way. I have to be careful when I'm doing this, because the machine, if my hand's there or not, it's going to rip my hand off. So I have to be careful to take it off whenever I can, and just keep track of where it's going to cut next. Now what happens if the torch hits, that little piece standing up right about the one there? Well, what happened is it might move the whole sheet over, and if you're cutting holes and then the sheet moves and it cuts more holes, those new holes will be out of, in the wrong area that they should have been otherwise. And because of that, that could cause just a lot of scrap to be made. So what I'm doing is removing the piece, or when I see on the computer that it's not going anywhere near that area, I'm okay. You also have to keep in mind that I have about 1.5 inches of clearance with the torch head. Now let's say that little piece standing up really will not budge. What will happen is actually the torch will come off of the whole gantry system. It's not a big deal, because what's holding it there is actually magnetic. So I have a magnetic torch. But again, whenever you have something moving like that, you're basically producing scrap. There's no real way to save a project when you do something like that. Now the other thing to keep in mind with plasma cutting is all the smoke. And you'll see it gets sucked out from the bottom. I have a downdraft table that sucks it right out and goes right outside. It's a lot more efficient than using a water table, because I don't have to worry about other issues that can be caused with that, with the very toxic water being built up under the table. Now, just to give you an idea of the quality that we get with our plasma cutter, you can see the refinery here, really close up. So what you end up with, plasma cutting, is really nice edge results and a very fast production speed. That's a major advantage to it. Now we also do water jet cutting, and the reason we didn't use water jet cutting for this specifically is because of cost. Water jet cutting is an expensive and very slow process. And when you have something like this here, where you just need a sign that's going to be looked at from the road far away, you don't need that incredible sharpness that you get. Now the reason is, the plasma torch itself makes maybe an arc, but it makes a little circle. It works like a circle, basically like a router. And you have maybe 1/16 to 1/32 to, as the amount of material vaporized. Well, with the water jet, it's infinitely small. It's almost like a laser in the size of the hole that you actually generate cutting through. So that's where you get the very sharpness with the water jet, and sort of a little bit more roundish look with the plasma. But the plasma is very fast, very cost efficient to run. There's no consumables other than electricity. While with water jet, you have the garnet that keeps going and going and going. So whenever you use chemicals for something, you have to keep in mind that it has to have access to the actual material surface. So what I'm doing here, putting off little lifts all the way around, they're basically scraps from the inside of the parts of this sign already made. So what I want to do is have them lifted off the base of the plastic, and I also want them lifted off each other, so that when I put the vinegar in there, it has access to every surface area across the whole thing. Now, of course, there's some spots that won't get surface area, in the corners and that kind of stuff, but that's easy to use with the angle grinder or clean up afterwards. As long as the vast majority of the surface is cleaned up and has access to, it saves me a ton of angle grinding, and I totally appreciate this non-contact process. Now through the years, I've done a ton of angle grinding. That's generally how you remove this. So the angle grinder goes on here and it removes the mill scale. The disadvantage to that is that it does mar the surface quality of it. So this is nice and shiny and sort of smooth, but as soon as you use an angle grinder on it, you sort of lose that. You start to see it's almost like a sanding on like a pine or something like that. You end up with it, you can see all the scorch marks. Now this time here, I want to try something new, and that was actually just using a tub of vinegar, a really big tub of vinegar, and I just left these things in here, the signs themselves, for about a day, because I read on the internet that if you do that, all the mill scale, which is the stuff you don't want on your sign, comes right off magically, and it actually did. I was astonished by it. I've spent years angle grinding, and all I had to do was just put some vinegar in a vat and just leave it there for a day, and I don't have to do all that elbow grease. You end up with a nice clean result. Now of course, what you see here is flash rusting, and again, it's no big deal at all. It comes right off. It's just on the very top surface of it. So what I do is, after I took it out of the vat of vinegar, basically all the mill scale was gone, but as soon as you take it out, you have the rust happening. So then you arrest the acidity of the vinegar eating away at the mill scale. You stop that right away with baking soda. So that's what I did. I sprayed it with water and baking soda, so that neutralizes the acid, and then everything is sort of okay to use. Now the reason why I used vinegar instead of muriatic acid, because I want to use my hands. If it was muriatic acid, I'd probably be like this right now instead of like this. And it's a lot faster using muriatic acid. It's maybe done in like 15-20 minutes, while vinegar is like a day or two, but I'm in no rush, customers in no rush. So why, go through all the extra precautions that you need, because muriatic acid in a shop is a good way to flash rust everything in the shop, while vinegar is not really that much of an issue because only about 3 to 5% is acid. So what you see on the surface here is a mixture of just a lot of the mill scale that came off, but also a lot of flash rusting. So what I'm doing is I have a solution there with baking soda and water, which will neutralize the acid. Again, this is not muriatic acid. It's not a crazy strong acid, but it's still an acid. So what I'm doing, I'm just wiping everything down and cleaning everything up. I don't really need to do this, because when it goes to the powder coating guys, what they'll do is they'll clean all this stuff with their own chemical processes. But as I'm shipping this to the customer, I want to make sure they have something that's relatively clean and nice to look at right off the bat. So you'll see, again, you'll notice that as soon as I wipe it off, it starts to yellow again, and that's just the flash rusting. It's a little bit more of an extreme color here in the video than it actually is, just because the lighting in the shop is really quite horrible. So it just makes extremes of saturation on it. But this stuff just wipes right off. Again, if you're doing this with an angle grinder, you can really appreciate how easy it is just to remove mill scale just using a paper towel, compared to endless hours of just angle grinding and going into your material. The nice thing about this process as well, using the vinegar, is that you don't end up with all those angle grinding marks on the surface of it. So it's a nice non-contact, easy process, and doesn't mar the surface whatsoever, which produces a better result if you go with just anodizing, or not anodizing, the enamel painting. And if you do powder coating, it's thick enough that it just covers everything anyways. So what are your design options when it comes to custom metal signage? They're literally anything. In this case here, it's 12 gauge, roughly a little bit less than 1/8 inch thick, mild steel. Now we could have done this as well in cold rolled steel. And what that does is it doesn't come with a mill scale. But if you looked at the cost of cold rolled steel, you'd say, well, vinegar is a pretty good option for making this kind of stuff, especially if it's going to be powder coated or enamel painted anyways. It doesn't really matter, you'll never see it. And it actually gives a nice adhesion for it for the primer as well. So your design options are totally endless. We could do up to 2 inches thick with this machine here if you really needed a really, really big, heavy sign. But most of the signage we do is actually 12 gauge to 10 gauge. So it's roughly around 3 millimeters plus or minus, or 1/8 plus minus. It's a nice thickness to work with. It's plenty rigid. Like, it's definitely not going to move on you. It's incredibly strong for its size, and it cuts wonderfully well with our plasma cutter. So if you're looking for custom metal signage, any size, any shape, any sort of design parameter you can imagine, we can do it here for you in the shop. Just visit CNCKing.com and we'll make it for you and ship it right to your door.